How you living? How you living?
How you living? What? How you living? What? How you living?
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. This is M and I am J, and together we are MJ. So, welcome to our station. If you haven't checked out the video before, introducing who we are and how we met, and just what type of content we will be bringing, please check out that video. So today we just gonna have a discussion. We were talking earlier this week, and we were like, "Hey, this would be nice to record and put up on our page and get other people's perspective on it as well." So, can we talk? Can we get down? And can we get real about a conversation that most have? Him and I kind of did a video like this. I want to say last year, where we talked about love and marriage. Um, you can check that video out on his page for Graceland Ministry, and we'll drop the link below in the comments or in the description box. So this week, it's a show that I've been watching for a few years called Married at First Sight. I love the show. I think it was introduced in 2015 or 14. I started watching it while I was in grad school and just got so intrigued into the show. So basically, if you have not seen it, it's like a group of couples, maybe 5 or 6 couples. They go to different cities, but they meet for the first time at the altar. Like they don't know, they have never met, know nothing about each other. A group of like a therapist, a pastor, a sex or love coach, something like that. But it's just like a group of people come together, experts, that's what they call them. They come together and they take people who have signed up to be on the show through an application. Now, the application is a very, very lengthy application. So they go through these applications and pair people up based off what's on paper. The individuals meet for the first time at the altar. They get married, like a legit marriage. And then they have 6 weeks to where they're being recorded through the course of their first 6 weeks of their marriage. And then after that 6 weeks, they determine if they want to stay married or get a divorce. So right now, I think they're in season 12 or 13. I haven't been watching it, but I've been watching another channel who does a review on the show every Sunday. So this show is on Lifetime. I believe it comes on every Wednesday. So yeah, they were it's a couple on there this season who it's a bad look for the couple. It's a young lady, and she, I guess, is so into this guy, and he is not feeling the same way. Granted, they didn't ever know each other. This is the first time they're meeting, but they're really married or whatever. So, a lot of things have unfolded within the course of the time that they've been together, which realistically has not been that long, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe not even that long. So I was watching a review, and they were basically talking about the situation, and they made a comment about the young lady because she is a woman who believes in God and who holds high to her standards in Christ. And so they were like, they think that would be the reason why she stays committed in the relationship, although this is something she should walk away from. And so I took it as if they were kind of like bashing her or making it seem as if she was doing something wrong because she wanted to stay committed and she wanted to stay in something what she signed up to do and committed to, which is marriage, regardless of what was thrown at her or how the other candidate may have portrayed or made himself to be, but really end up being something different. She was going to stick through it and make it work. So yeah, you want to talk about what you
I don't watch the show, so
not the show, but what you brought to my attention this week, and then we'll intertwine how.
I'm not saying if you take my point of view from it, like I said, I'm always telling people, marriage in this society is not marriage. So I watched the video, just a young man, asking significant others, meaning male and female, their views on is marriage important to them, or what's the benefits of marriage. And he actually asked more women than he asked men, and they really couldn't find no benefit in marriage except besides money. And that's basically what this society way of marriage is all about. That's why I said today's society way of marriage is not marriage, because it's all about the money, and it kind of remove what God wants, which is the man and woman to focus on loving each other the way He loves us. So we take the love aspect about marriage out of it, of growing together, loving one another unconditionally, praying with one another, just doing things together, working together as a team, and the man being the head, meaning being the rock of the relationship, the leader of the relationship. And when it comes to marriage of this society, that the man being the leader of the relationship is actually being removed because of the government. If you do your history, you will find out before the government had no place or no room in marriage. They had no authority in marriage. But in today's society, because of the marriage law and all that stuff, a lot of divorces happening because of financial. The biggest reason why people get divorced nowadays is because of financial reasons. Then you look at the man side of it. The man gets. It's really no benefit for a man to get married. That's basically what the video is about. What's the benefit of getting married? Based on a man point of view, in today's society, there's no reason to get married. Now, understand this: I'm not against marriage. I'm not against marriage, but I am against society and the way of the government and the way that society does marriage. To me, in today's life, in today's society, it's not marriage at all.
So, based off of the video that he saw, and then watching the show that I watched, I love love. Let's just be clear on that. My view on marriage it is in the gray area. I'm not gonna even sit up here front or lie. Like, I totally get where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, I am a woman, and that's something that I yearn or want is to be married, to be a wife, and everything. So
I think that's the discussion coming in at. What the video I watch is what it's saying is, yes, it's more benefits for the woman to get married in this society, but for the man, it's nothing. We either, based on how the woman feel or whatever happens, we left with nothing half the time. The woman gets everything, including the child. The woman gets everything, so it's a reason for the woman to yearn for that. For the man, there's really no reason to yearn for that, because everything gets taken away from us. It's no longer meaning our leadership, our value, because everything is dependent on the government. Whatever the government says is law. So the man say so really not is absent. So that's what the video was saying. Like, what's the benefit? And a lot of girls even include said it themselves. Like, it's really no. I mean, besides having a baby, having your own son, but soon the woman feels some type of way or anything, that woman by law, that woman is automatically getting handed the child, and automatically not only half of his money getting taken away, you add child support, whoever put in child, that's even more. So that's what the video getting at. Like for men, when it comes to marriage in this society, that's why you got a lot of people, a lot of men who not looking forward to getting married under this society, because it's like I'm not getting anything, I'm not receiving anything. I'm losing everything. So it's a big, big, big risk depending on what type of woman you are with.
So also in the video that he's referring to, one of the ladies mentioned who goes into marriage thinking about it ending, and I thought like the same thing. Like I don't want to go. That's not what I'm going. That's not what I'm thinking. If I'm wanting to be with somebody and I'm committed to them, that us being married, I'm not going into this marriage thinking about an end. So I'm not trying to think, oh, we're going to get a divorce.
Yeah, but in the same case, you're not going in the car thinking about getting in an accident. You're not going into that house or whatever thinking about getting sick or anything like that. So that's with anything.
Yeah, true. Things happen. I totally agree with that. Things do happen. Now it was also discussed about like marriage versus long term relationships. Now I can say that some people I have seen who are in long term relationships their relationship is lasting longer than those who I've seen get married and are now maybe divorced or don't like each other or whatever the case may be, but they're still in their marriage or whatever.
And I think it's even something you said though. Like a lot of people in today's society are getting married for the wrong reason. So you say who go into a relationship thinking about the end. Well, who go into a relationship, and no offense to the ladies, but understand like when it comes to a man and a woman, a man coming into a relationship looking for different things than a woman is coming into a relationship for. So for a woman, she comes into a relationship looking for a provider, a protector, a teacher, and all that. As a man, I am those things. So I'm not coming into the relationship looking for those things because I am those things. I can provide. I can protect. I have something to teach. So as a man, I'm not looking for those things. I have my moral. I have all of that. So with that, only thing I'm coming into the marriage for a lot of men, and we don't get that, is love and support. And a lot of ladies trained up in today's society are not trained up into how to love their man or how to support their man. They trained up on be your own, be a bad bee, or be your own boss, be this, be that, be that. So a lot of ladies, because of the elder ladies, have not trained the young ladies how to be a loving wife and a supportive wife. So a lot of me, like to go back to so what is the benefit of the man being in that? Not to cut you off, but
no, I get that, and then it goes to tie back in to bring back the love and marriage component, because here is a young lady who has seeked out to get married to a total stranger. Now she's following Christ, trying to stay committed in this relationship with this dude, and really she's trying her best to make it work. Or
basically she want to love and support
in him, but who's to say that she has that guidance from a woman of God in the church or anything like that? And I will agree to that, because sometimes it's relationships are hard. Let's just be real. You're gonna have your good, you're gonna have your bad, but you gotta stick through it or whatever. And sometimes you want, like in a long-term relationship, to me, it's easy to just walk away versus in a marriage. And that's also something that was discussed in the video you're referring to, is in a marriage, it's kind of making you like stay committed versus a long-term relationship.
But is it though?
Yeah, because you have, it's holding you accountable. That's what she said. For is, like, okay, I have, first off, divorce is not cheap.
But the question is, who is it holding accountable?
It's holding both the man and the woman accountable. And I do agree with that. And then it depends on the person too. You have to put that in perspective too, because I can't say, okay, people change. I will. So they do change over time. Over time, like even with us, like in the beginning of our relationship, it was never mentioned. Like his view on marriage was not mentioned to me. So I don't know if that's how he felt, but I know I asked the questions because that's something that I'm very like strong about is making sure that me and whoever I'm with are on the same page. And if it ever gets like
My view on marriage have not changed. My view on the government and them being involved in marriage. My view on marriage, meaning a man and woman being together under God and love and matrimony, which is what we are, is have not changed. But my view on the society way of marriage, as growing up and learning more and educating myself and educating, have changed.
yeah. So that had I known that like when we first met, things we probably would not be together. That's just true because that was always my end goal was to be a wife, to be a wife and a mother. So,
but with that said, knowing what you know now and comparing yourself then, would you say that you was ready to be a wife? Even though you wanted those things, can you honestly be? Let's be completely honest. Can you honestly say? Because a lot of women say they want these things, but not preparing themselves for it or don't know what to expect. So, can you honestly say, "I was ready to be a wife"?
No, I wasn't. That's real. Am I ready now? No, I'm not.
So a lot of people like, and the thing that gets me, like ladies will have this list. This also was discussed in some of my videos I watch. Ladies will have this list of they want the man to be this, they want the man to be that. They want the man to be this. You gotta have a lot of money. You gotta have you gotta be romantic. You gotta do this, and not taking accountability. Okay, if I'm making a lot of money, that's gonna take time away from you, from me being with you, because I gotta work to make money, right? So that's gonna take a lot of time. Then if I'm gonna be with you, you gotta understand I'm about to sacrifice the money part. So women don't like take account of things that gotta be sacrificed. If I'm saying you can't have it all, no, but it gotta be a balance. So I'm gonna spend time with you, but understand when I'm spending time with you, time is money. So if I'm spending time with you, money is not being made. So it's stuff that go into that. Then if you asking for that kind of man on that standard, you have to ask yourself, ladies, you have to ask yourself, am I on that level myself? Or am I coming to the relationship with that? I'm coming in a relationship with another child. Am I coming in a relationship with this? Now you're expecting that man to do everything for you. Well, what is he getting out of the situation? He got to take care of somebody else's kid. Then you got to take care of your dad. Then you got to take care. So it's like it's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair.
And I agree with that as well. Like traditional or even the way of how marriage was years ago is totally different and set up different than now with us because you think yes, women now, especially women of color, they're going to school, they're getting all these degrees or whatever, and they might come in with a lot of debt. I will testify, yes, I do have it. So it would be wrong for me personally to be like, oh, I'm not gonna work, but I got all of this and I need you to take care of it. No. So that's where the I guess from the being equal versus the traditional role. Like, although I'm working, although I want to bear children for you one day or whatever the case may be, and you work as well, at the same time, I still need to know my role as a woman and not try to overpower you or try to have this masculinity type of persona. But then you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I definitely do agree with what you're saying in that perspective.
So don't think I'm attacking the female because fellas, you have a lot of work to do if you even thinking about getting into a relationship with a female. Make sure you got your P's and Q's marked and your I's and marked too. So you going into a situation, make sure you know make sure you know what you're standing on as a man, meaning your morals, because you don't want to go in a relationship without morals, because this is stuff you're standing on. This is what your family, your woman, your children is going to stand on. Your teaching, your knowledge, your morals. So whatever I have, meaning when I'm going into this relationship, God is my foundation. God is my foundation. That's not changing. Everything I believe and standing on God, that's not changing. No matter what she says, no matter whoever, That's not changing. This is the way it is. You love it. If you we can roll. If you don't, hey, go your separate ways. But this, me standing on God or my morals and what I believe in, it's this way or the highway. So as a man, we have to be, you got to have morals. That's what I mean by being a priest. Okay, this is what we're standing on. This is what we're gonna build this empire off of, or this is what we're gonna build this family off of. We're gonna build this foundation. For me, we're gonna build this foundation off of God. For me and my household, we're gonna build this foundation off of God. That might be something else for you as a man, but have something you're standing on as a man. And whatever it is, we will not move from this rock. We will not move from this stone. So whenever a situation come up, or a problem come up, I'm able to go back to my foundation. I'm always able to go back to my foundation because that don't change. For me, I don't know who y'all serve, but for me, my God don't change. So I can always go back. If I'm feeling rocky, if I'm feeling shaky, I can always go back to my foundation, which is God. We can always go back to that foundation, which is God. So as a man, you want to have some type of morals, and that's what you're gonna be used to teach off of. So that's that priest part. Then you want to make sure you have a career. Where am I heading? What am I trying to do? What do I love? So make sure that's gonna be my providing part. Then as a man, that should be already in you to want to protect. That should be already in you because you're a man. So I want to protect my kingdom. I want to protect my empire. I want to protect what's mine. I want to protect my lady, my kids. So as a man, that's already in us as a man. But nowadays, you got ladies that are trying to do those things. And when the ladies are trying to do that thing, don't get me wrong. In some areas, you got to have that part. But dang, we don't need both man parts. But we need a feminine part.
Right.
We need a feminine part. That feminine part is the nurturing, the caring. If I'm the man part, where's the nurturing, the caring, and the support? Where's that at? So, but now you got, in today's society, you got the masculine energy trying to be with another masculine energy, and that's gonna always bump head. That's competition. That's territory.
Right. And women, you should have morals as well. And I agree. Like it has to be some type of feminine. Like I can't come into something wanting to do what the man is trying to do. No, let me fall back and allow him to be a man and do his part. And I get it. Sometimes some men aren't really taking the plate and doing what they're supposed to be doing as a man. So, I mean, let's like you said, dudes, y'all gotta stand up too and cross your T's, dot your I's. And as women, we have to do our part too and learn how to be submissive. It's hard sometimes to fall back, or it's hard sometimes to let a man put your whole trust in a man when you probably ain't never seen a man do certain things or take care of certain
That's
things.
The key point.
And
never seen it.
That was me. Like I'm raised in a single parent household.
That's the problem,
strong-headed
That's the problem.
Women who talking about it, run up on whoever. So it is hard. Like if you coming at me a type of way, and we do have those type of problems at times. You coming at me some type of way, it's human nature, natural for me to retaliate because that's what I have been taught up under, or what I've
Train
learned.
up a child in the way she goes. You know, always go back to.
And it's not to downplay my parents, my
no.
mom, or anything, or any of like the women who helped raise me. It's just how we were.
And when I say like,
we had to be.
Sorry, babe. When we say like man take lead, we're not talking about not being as a leader. You have to know what a leader is. A leader is capable or is able to listen to other point of views. So as me, as the leader of this household, I am willing to listen to what she have to say. So when she's giving me her opinion, I would take that opinion, I would set time aside, and in my head, what's the best option for both of us. Sometimes her idea maybe work better than my idea, and I say, okay, let's roll with that idea. Let's go with that. Sometimes her idea may not work, and I'm like, no, we're not gonna do it that way. We're gonna do it this way. So, as the man of your household, this do not mean just do whatever you want to do, and the woman just yes. No, this means as a leader, you got to also be able to listen. So you're not able to listen, then it's gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be chaos. Because the same way, and if I said my foundation is God, so the same way she have to submit to me, it's the same way I have to submit to God. It's the same way I have to submit to God. So as you in that leader position, you have to understand that look, it's not all about you. You got to make sure. Look, I'm the vessel for the team. I'm the leadership for the team. So the leader have to listen to every single thing. So just like she submit to me, understand as a man, for my foundation is God. The same way she submit to me is the same way I submit to God.
And it's teamwork. That's basically all it is. It's just teamwork. Some areas he's strong in, and some areas that I'm strong in, or
Balance is key.
yeah, balance or whatever. And then sometimes it's pushing the person to do stuff to get them to become stronger or to get them out of their comfort zone. That's something too that to like growth. You're wanting to grow within your relationship. You never want to stay stagnant.
Yes,
like
sir.
that's key too. It's growth. As long as you're here on earth, I believe God is giving you opportunities to get better, and you should try to utilize those opportunities to be better. Yeah.
So like I said, my views on marriage is marriage towards God. Let God lead your marriage. I don't think there's no room for the government to be involved in your relationship or in your household. I don't believe there's no room for the government. That the government is trying to take not only God's position but also the man's position. So a lot of relationship in the household, believe it or not, is in a relationship with the government instead of with the man. Then it's replacing the man, and if you're replacing the man, who's like I said, I'm Bible based, so I'm always gonna go to Bible. So if you're replacing the man, you basically replacing God, because it's the man that was made in God's image, and the woman was made in the man's image. So when you take the man out of the household, you basically taking God out of the household. Not calling man God, but it is the man who was made in God's image. So don't get me wrong. I was also, like I said, I was also once raised in that single parent household. So I understand the struggle. I understand it's hard. Females who are trying, keep your head up, keep pushing. Males who are trying, keep your head up, keep pushing. My advice would say I would tell you to pray to God. Let God lean on you. The scripture I like to use is trust in Him, lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path.
Yeah, that's true. I think as women we do yearn to be in a relationship, regardless of how hard we try to say we may not want it, or we try to mask how that looks or whatever. But I trust me, I've been there, pray, crying, all of that. Just wanting and yearning. What was missing, the void that was missing. And so my advice too would be to just allow God to do it. And I know it's so easy because I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, just wait on God. No, it is what you were supposed to do, but it's more easy to say it than say when you in it and you really like, okay, God, I'm waiting when you're gonna show up or whatever. So just try to find some women who are like really about God, Bible based, and who can help you during those times. Because in your singleness, and I will never forget, I was attending church back home, higher dimension. And my pastor, he was like preaching during that time, but I really wasn't taking heed to what he was saying. But it is true, and Marcus even said it too later on as we were in a relationship, became in a relationship. But in your singleness, that is the time that God is using you to get closer to Him. So if it's like whatever, like building a ministry of your own, or helping out in the church, or whatever it is that you enjoy doing, or whatever, do that during that time. But get like just build your relationship with God because that's important. And through that, um He's gonna guide you. He's gonna give you what you're needing and fill that void that you're needing to that you're wanting to be
Well, my last thing to say, look, team and being equal are not the same thing. Teamwork and being equal are not the same thing. Everybody has their place.
filled. Yes.
Everybody has their roles on the team. Everybody has their position. This do not mean they are equal. Some people, depending on their roles, take more blame than the other. And what I'm getting at is, as a man, you have more responsibility, so you're gonna take more of the blame. So conduct yourself in decency and in order. And like I said, my foundation is God, and it's always going to be my foundation. Love you guys.
Yes. Please leave some comments below if you want to join the conversation. We'll keep it going in the comments. I also want to let you guys know, because this is our second video, but if you have any prayer requests, whatever, and you would like to leave it in the comments, if you feel, we can drop our email address in the description box and comments as well if it's something that you want to keep confidential. But we're just going to put it inside our little prayer box, and we're going to pray over them, and then we'll please send praise reports too as they come along, because our agenda is to just show younger people or people around our age, whoever who may be watching, that we are Christ driven, and we really are trying to strive to be more like Christ and to walk in His ways. And it's hard, sometimes we all fall, and we're all learning still. So, and we all go through different struggles, just different hardships, whatever it may be. And we need somebody there who is gonna help us through it all, who gonna pray for us when we can't pray for ourselves and everything. So that's what we want to be here for. And if you feel comfortable with allowing us to pray for you, then just drop your prayer request in the comments.
We can try to create an email just for MJ, or like MJ or Yahoo or something like that.
At Gmail.
So yeah.
So, yes. But like I said, we'll leave that information in the comments or the description once it's done. But yes, subscribe, like, and comment. We'll catch you in the next video.